Jammu and Kashmir. So on this day of August, and the India has moved into Kashmir by the looks of it. I'm just going to add some of my poems on this land. I don't know the full details of the situation, but I know that there's a lot of people who are hurt by war and division and separation, and whatever the reason, whether it's religion or land conquering, really, surely we can evolve to find peace above that. This poem, called Soldier's Ammunition. Rifles aimed, rammed hard, reverberating. Ammunition firing rounds, offloading live bullets, aimed, rammed hard, fired, reverberating, forever wondering. Kashmir eyes. Miracle muscles lens to view the world, light refracted, turned upside down, inside out, images transmitted electronically in us. Vision, our Creator's gift to see the world in all its grime or glory, to see, interpret and understand our differences. Observe similarities and the right way of the narrow road. Halal, righteousness for seeing love's true beauty, designed by the designer for colour, light and potential beauty. Do we all see blue as blue? Or is yours bright and mine turquoise? Is yours royal, or do you see the world in monochrome? Blindness, blinded to love, and that blindness blinding another and another and another. What does he who gave us love and light and sight and colour to see when he sees this picture of his creation blinded? He, I'm referring to that God of love who created our eyes. And from Perusia, Love's Light, I have some Kashmir poems in here too. So, I'll read you a ghazal. So ghazal is a poetic form where the poet includes their name in the last line, verse, whatever they're called. Yeah, and this one's looking at where we're born and how we're brought up is how we learn about the world, and then we have to learn that not everybody's the same and not everybody's learnt the same thing. But I really do look at and live by their fruits. You know them, the fruits of the Spirit, the Spirit of God's love, being love and joy and faith. So faith being the assured expectation of the things hoped for, the evident demonstration of realities though not yet beheld. That's the definition in Hebrews 1. When you analyse that, it's the ultimate positive mindset. So our thoughts are creative, and right back in the Garden of Eden we were advised not to positively die, because if we positively die we become negative and fearful and don't trust people, and we create stress in our bodies, the temple, when really we want to attain to an endorphin, blood and love made whole and one in us. So back to the fruits of the Spirit: love, joy, faith, goodness, kindness, mildness, patience and long suffering, so having tolerance of other people and hoping that they've got that ability to reason. If they can't reason, they're in stress. So patience and self-control, not to sin. Jesus does forgive sins, but he would prefer us to turn away from sin. And I think that's where we're going wrong in the world at the moment. It seems that sin is permitted everywhere, and law isn't upheld, and consequently people are suffering. Huge mental health problems, huge depression problems. Spirit of joy is lost. Patience is lost. Kindness is lost. So we're way off track at the moment. So patience, so not to sin, for twofold peace. So the name Jerusalem means twofold peace, and twofold peace within the self and with God, peace in our conscience, from peace with others. If we betray another, then we feel bad, we feel guilt, we feel shame, and hold on. So we have conflict within our own body, and that switches off our positive love endorphin neurotransmitters. So I discuss all of this in my books, the Perusia series. So this one is Perusia Loves Light. A ghazal. If I lived in Kashmir, would I wear a fairin in the depths of snowy winter with a kangrease, just as you do? And if you lived in Wales, would you open an umbrella to shelter from even the horizontal rain, just as we do? If I had grown up with your mother tongue and name for God, would I speak the same language as you? And if I had grown up with your customs, would I have had to do? If my church was a mosque, I would go to mosque like you do. And if your mosque was a church, would you go to church, as I sometimes do? If in a Hindu or Buddhist temple, I would join Om as they do. And when in school with philosophers, I will debate as they do. And if in the desert with my horse, I would pray there too. When eating lunch of spinach, rice and cheese, I will give thanks as it is right to do. Is freedom halal for you and hallelujah for me? Seeking unity, peace and freedom is all we can do. And I, Francis, love to set free the divinity in we, just as all with love and hope do. Kashmir snow. Snow as stars falling to be picked as flowers. New constellations blanketing ruby hearts and sapphire smiles. Snow as flakes of heaven, landing full of promise. And building bridges, one love. So it's about time that we all come together in our faith. Faith is that ultimate positive mindset, and love is not a cortisol, so we really must stop causing stress and pain in each other. Building bridges, one love. The ravines are deep and swirling, east and west merging new waters, emerging for rapture, fountains of peace to the world. Islam, Iman, Dua. Peace, faith and worship of love, of oneness in us. No divisions, no sects, no harm, no haram, just halal, hallelujah for all, freedom through love creating trust, causing love to become one whole, holy, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Self-actualization, Kudi, seeking the pain and loss with reason, love is the reason. La ilaha illallah, Yahweh, Yehovah, Yeshua, Brahma, Buddha, Is it not the meaning of the name which is truth? Let us all become one, humane through one love, made whole and one in us. Love is always positive. And this is inclusive of all positive belief systems, but not named. It's a healing for all nations is the promise of God, Revelation 22. Love is not a cortisol, but an endorphin blood made whole and one in us, for healing all nations, for twofold peace and heaven on earth. How far away is peace one day? One day, then two makes life better for you and for me. Then we can have three and maybe four, for more to live and to love in harmony. With self and with others, harmonious love, for harmony with nature and peace from above. The planets and moon mean peace very soon, so please do tune to the peace of love that excels all thought and makes home for the dove. Have faith that the good will conquer the evil, and that love will conquer the fear. It is so very near and clear that when love conquers all, man can walk tall. No need to conquer or blame one another. Then we can be a true community, with man united by the peace of love that is home for the dove. Yea, peace every day is not far away. Prayers for Jammu and Kashmir and the whole world. And may this healing consciousness from Revelation 21 come to bring light and love for the world. Thanks be to God.